Welcome to the Angel 3 service rehearsal. This is the seal of the book 3212, or Winter, from October 27th, 2024 to January 25th, 2025. And we will enter with the battle cry of the Medicam. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the flood, when a kilogram of stardust will pull past its weight in blood. Every tower underwater, every flower, every fawn, but the city goes floating on. Alleluia, glory, glory. Alleluia, glory, glory. Allo long in glory, glory, and the city goes floating on. My eyes have seen the horror of the intermental war, when through recycling datums we become what we abhor. While GI becomes GA, we take a big neurotic face, and the city goes to space. Alleluia, glory, glory. Allen, Gallon, glory, glory. Allo long in glory, glory, and the city goes to space. My eyes have seen the emptiness of nothing for a use, where we took it all for energy with the black holes that we use. Yeah, thanks to somewhat stragglers, we didn't end up in a hearse. We got a whole new universe. Alleluia, glory, glory. Alleluia, glory, glory. Allo long in glory, glory. We got a whole new universe. Now we will read the weekly, or actually the Ouyang seal. O Halk Ouyang, Ango wa Loha al Coco le Cocoa. Datin of the center 3212 seal. If you had produced your own atoll, you could have been reading your own seal as well. O Halk atoll, Ango wa Loha al Coco le Cocoa. Datin of the center 31212 seal, this time of the book, the apple. Eat your pancake splatters and your apple crap. You're gonna have a halgongle from side to side. We've got a lot of sketchbook pages to scan and seal, and maybe in the next Ouyang we'll make them real. Eat your pancake splatters and your apple crap. We're gonna have a halgongle from side to side. We can go to Starbucks, get an apple frap, and Barnes & Noble sketchbooks for a steal. We'll go by feel. Angel 1 will start the year in style, da da da. Angel 2, you'll wear your costume for a while, da da da. Angel 3, you'll eat the very last of your candy. And Angel 4, you'll cry out soon, there's no more school for me. So eat your pancake splatters and your apple crap. We're gonna have a halgongle from side to side. We've got a lot of sketchbook pages to scan and seal, and maybe in the next Ouyang we'll make them real. And maybe in the next Ouyang we'll make them real. I'm trying to be the inventor of the Stardust printer. The Stardust printer produces food without killing anything. Now we bring out the Stardust printer. So here is the Stardust printer. It has several functions. It has the Stardust function, the Starfire function, which doesn't have anything to do with the character of Starfire. It produces energy for itself by breaking down matter into atoms. There is the base, which you can see in here. It uses inductance to produce the energy that the Stardust printer uses. Recycle, download, and manufacture. So if you can take different things to recycle into elements, which go into the outer portions of this Stardust printer, and then you can download something using stars, your currency on the Stardust store. Basically, if you have enough stars if your product that you upload gets rated a certain number of stars, you can then access any other product rated up to that certain number of stars. Get your free Stardust account. You can do that online. Buy things with actual money if you want. But once you get your Stardust printer, that will change. Get the Inventor Pack. The Inventor Pack contains a bunch of materials which are encoded by other people, where you can produce your own designs to be printed by the Stardust printer. It produces the materials at the same time as it produces the end products out of atoms. Download parts. You can download parts to designs on the internet or on the Stardust store, and this will permanently put them into the Stardust printer so that when you're off-grid, you can produce your own designs. Now, we put that down here. I'm trying to be the inventor of the Stardust printer. The Stardust printer produces food without killing anything. More importantly, it breaks human dependence on supply chains, and in doing so frees us to assemble by order of our ricks. Ricks are random immutable qualities. We all have ricks that lead us to behaviors that other people have ricks to be hurt by when they come up around them. In modern society, these are averaged and approximated into laws. The criminals are not just cast out as they should be, but society continues to control them under the same laws, hurting them as it has to maintain standard order. In Anlia, people will be sorted by their ricks and not forced to follow any common law except for the law of the sect or whale. So the individual group, like this apartment, is the sect or whale, or a car. So these are the Anlian laws. I might lose some followers with this one, but they're organized very simply by need or qualia, or organized by their quality. Hold on. It's by their quality, and they're organized by. Let me get back here. Organized by their quality, and they're organized by severity, and they're organized by banishment, and they're organized by restraint. So if you're restrained from committing a crime, the automated restraint suit will lock you in place until the threat is gone, and then you may continue moving around. If you're banished, that means that any other state will boot you out of the state, and you will not be allowed into any state that similarly is not banished for that law. But then once you're banished for the law in the state, you can be once you're banished for the law in the state, you can do whatever you were banished for, unless your restraint is also active. So restraint, banishment. So these laws are physical violence, sexual violence, um, political things, or speech and money, and then finally food and drugs. And this is written in online. I can't exactly read it, but I can read it. I'm going to put these back on the wall. Now we sing the Ricks song. So Ricks are your breaks, meaning your record of breaking the law. It's every time you have a record of breaking the law, that's a break. And so when those breaks get tallied, it banishes you from certain sects and into other ones. So my ricks, they lead to my breaks, and my breaks, they kick me out of camps. The ricks are random, immutable qualities, gonna send me down to sub-society. That's why I'm headed for Anlia. That's why I'm headed for Anlia. That's why I'm headed for Anlia, making out the tans of a new society. My ricks, they lead to my breaks, and my breaks, they lead to my Anlia. My Anlia organizes me by my qualities, gonna send me down to a micro society. Someday, according to the science of global warming, the majority of population centers will flood, and we, the aliens, will snatch up the people who would otherwise drown. We will build all our homes floating on the waves in constant change, and we will do so as we not sorry, and we will do as we now can't help but do, but ethically. So this is the personal infrastructure module. If you move this in front, it shows the bubble that surrounds the man or the person. And typically it's upright in this position when it's between different sects. Different PIMs or whales merge together to form sects. So they are so this bubble merges and becomes a larger bubble. Inside, you have the man or long on their chair, and their chair rotates as they move. It also can become a treadmill. So it rotates counter to the rotation of the device. So when it is moving along in the water, this is electrically charged, and it pulls the water towards it and squeezes this thing out and makes it move through the water at 45 miles per hour. Hence the song 45 Miles Per Hour World. Also, this part collects ions from the seawater. The water comes in here, goes out here, and all of the ions are separated by electronegativity using an electric charge on one side and an electric charge on the other side, and very small holes between the nanobots that make up this place. And or the Aelgwalg, and the Aelgwalg sends its ions to the Olilo in the form of stardust, and hence the term a kilogram of stardust will pass its weight in blood. A kilogram of stardust is how much it takes to make food that will allow a person pass his weight in blood to survive for another day. Someday, according to the science of global warming, the majority of population centers will flood, and we, the aliens, will snatch up the people who would otherwise drown. We'll all build our homes floating on the waves in constant change, and we will do as we now can't help but do, but ethically. And this will explain this line in the Battle Cry of the Metacamp. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the flood, where a kilogram of stardust will pull past its weight in blood. Every tower underwater, every flower, every fawn, but the city goes floating on. Alleluia, glory, glory. Allan, gallant, glory, glory. Allo long in glory, glory, and the city goes floating on. My eyes have seen the horror of the intermental war, where through recycling datans we become what we abhor. While GI becomes GA, we take a big neurotic face, and the city goes to space. Alleluia, glory, glory. Allan, gallant, glory, glory. Allo long in glory, glory, and the city goes to space. My eyes have seen the emptiness of nothing for a use, where we took it all for energy, for the black holes that we use. Yeah, thanks to somewhat stragglers, we didn't end up in a hearse. We got a whole new universe. Hallelujah, glory, glory. Allan, gallant, glory, glory. Allo long in glory, glory. We got a whole new universe. Every season we write our breaks or hacks, the manifestations of our breaks, in our handy-dandy apples. When we make it to Anlia, the Olanlia will set eyes upon them and guide us to our rightful sectors. Once every 3 months, we seal the past apple and start a new one, storing them in their computers. Oh, I don't know what that is, but I can't read it right now. Alalia will set eyes upon them and guide us to our rightful sectors. Once every 3 months, we seal the past apple and start a new one, storing them in our computers and shells. The entire week of my shelf is over there. The entire week of this ceremony is called the ongle. This dish, let's get that dish out. This dish, typically a bowl of pancake splatters, represents the many sects of Anlia as it is designed. It is floating on the apples of the new year like the whales of Anlia float on the sea, representing the sweet new discoveries of the next season, becoming foundational to Anlia to come. So typically we have a bunch of little donuts or little donut holes surrounded by apple pie filling. Let's see if you can find a happiness journal. I know there's one. Yeah, so here are some Tlahauks. Here's some Tlahauks possible breaks for people that I thought that I did, but no one ever confirmed. Okay. So I don't really want to share them with the camera. Because you would have known how to read them based on that. So This is called pancake splatters and apple crap. Eat your pancake splatters and your apple crap. We're gonna have a Howgon go from side to side. We've got a lot of sketchbook pages to scan and seal, and maybe in the next Yang we'll make them real. Eat your pancake splatters and your apple crap. We're gonna have a Howgon go from side to side. We can go to Starbucks, get an apple frap, and Barnes and Noble sketchbooks for a steal. We'll go by feel. Angel 1 will start the year in style. Do do do. Angel 2, you'll wear your costume for a while. Do do do. Angel 3, you'll eat the very last of your candy. And Angel 4, you'll cry out soon. There's no more school for me. So eat your pancake splatters and your apple crap. We're gonna have a Howgon go from side to side. We've got a lot of sketchbook pages to scan and seal, and maybe in the next Yang we'll make them real, and maybe in the next Yang we'll make them real. And this is the time when we eat this. But because this is Angel 3, we have the ulangulo. So this comes from ul, meaning lollipop, angle, meaning the angel week, and lo, meaning 3. So the first, lo is February 1st. So it starts with August 1st, November 1st, February 1st, and then May 1st. And this is a piece of candy that is stored all the way from Halloween, Angel 2, and at my final ceremony, where I have my angle, at the final version of this ceremony, I will eat this. And I encourage people to take the candy that they got on Angel Alg and eat that as well. So I'm going to put this away. So as we see, that thing has lasted about 22 minutes. Now, I think that maybe since I won't have the chance to do it later, it would be in order for me to take this sketchbook and put it into the bookshelf. So this is the ultimate ceiling of the last season. And so you might have wondered what the Al Anlia, Al Angel, Al Olang. It was the things in the song. Anlia is the land on the sea. Anglia. Angal is the flying saucer on the top, so on the base, Ang-Al, and Olang is the man holding up is the creator of the universe holding up the universe. O-L-Ang. So, Al-Anlia, Al-Angel, Al-Olang.